Well, this is a hard one, folks, because the reality is it happens to everybody. It's happened to everybody, and it will probably happen to you. We all get cut out of movies and TV shows in post, and it's very difficult. It's a real blow to the ego, and you feel like you have done something wrong and that it was your bad acting that caused you to be cut out of the movie or TV show. And the truth is, it's not that. It's usually something about the timing, it's usually something about the scene itself that wasn't working, and usually it's about the length of the scene and that they need to cut the movie back. And because you're in a smaller role, they can cut that back and lose that without any problems in the storyline. So the biggest problem is your ego and you understanding that you aren't responsible for that. You did your job, they cast you in this, you were good enough to be cast, you came to the set, you did the same work that you did to get cast. They cast you for a reason, you were a good actor, you did your job, and it's not your fault. The worst thing you can do is beat yourself up about it, and the worst thing you can do is make it damage you and not make it make you better. First question I have is, have you signed the contract? If you sign the contract, then that's it. You've made your decision, you're doing that work. It doesn't matter if the next show is better. You've signed a contract, your word is your honor, and your honor is important. And also, changing a contract or getting out of a contract can be very, very expensive because of all the legalities you have to go through. So if you signed a contract and said you're going to work on a show, you're working on that show. Well, this question now is kind of complicated because of what we've gone through with the pandemic, but the general rule in show business is the show must go on. And so small sicknesses like a cold or a minor flu or just feeling lousy, a bad tummy, or any of those sort of minor discomforts that you have, they'll want to work through it, and you'll want to work through it too, because it's a major pain to reschedule work for people that are sick and that they miss time. So really, you want to show up and work. However, now that we've gone through a pandemic, there's a whole idea of illness can spread and that it's more expensive if it spreads through the whole company. But even that being said, I know a show that was shooting in South Africa where everybody on the set ate this food that wasn't good for them and they got dysentery, and they continued shooting with people being sick left, right, and center around the camera. The crew and the cast, everybody was very ill, but they continued shooting, and whoever was sick just had to leave for the moment and then come back and keep working. So we really do adhere to the idea that the show must go on. Now, in a big case of an illness that you can't make it to, modern television shows will maybe cut you out of a scene if they can, or they will rewrite that scene if they can, or if they have to, they'll put your scenes onto next week or 2 weeks from now when you come back, and they'll go back and shoot your stuff later to put it into this episode. So overall, sickness and colds, you just want to have that flu medicine handy for you to get through the day. Anything more serious than that, anything, of course, hospital issues like that, that'll take us out of the work. Jury duty, so much fun. The best advice I can give you on this is that you can actually call the office of the jury duty, right? You can call the office, the clerk's office, and you can plead your case to the clerk. So if you're shooting a television show that's running for many, many weeks, you can tell them, listen, I'm blocked out, I'm traveling, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be there, I'm not gonna be here, it's for work. And they have clauses within the jury duty summons that allows for people to either delay their service until you're done shooting, or they'll put you on what they call, I think it's called a short list. They will call you, you're sort of specially listed, and they'll call you only in the fact that there's an emergency. But even at that, you can kind of talk your way out of it if you plead your case in the right way, being polite and proactive before you get down to the wire. As soon as you get that summons, or at least as soon as you know that there's a collision between your summons date and your work date, then you can plead your case to the court, and they usually will make adjustments for you. I am vigorously against pay for play for anything. I think that that puts you down as an actor to a lower level and allows them to look down at you as opposed to seeing you as an equal business person in the same business, bringing your part of the business. When you work with agents and managers, you're part of a team. They're not your parents, they're not the boss of you. You own the company and you are hiring them to work with you. Now, they also have their company and they're hiring you to work with you. So you're business partners. The paying to play really bothers me because I don't think it's cool. I don't think you should have to do that. I think you should stand on the merit of your good art and let that be the thing that brings the people that you're going to work with together. Now, that said, there are places that do bring together people that are agents that are looking for new young actors, managers that are looking, casting directors that are looking, and I'm okay with that. If you have the money to invest, there are people that will go and learn from that. Some of them are there for the money. Some of those companies are kind of sketchy. You have to be careful about it. But if it feels like it's legitimate, if it feels like the casting people or the directors, the people that are coming to do the workshop, if they're legitimate and you really believe that you could possibly have a fit with them, then okay, I'll go for it. But overall, don't pay anybody to be able to work with them. You should be an equal entrepreneur with them.